When the eccentric doctor and obsessive hoarder Harold Carr died at the age of 89, his relatives were faced with the daunting task of sorting through his possessions. His home was piled high with medical equipment, beer steins, thousands of receipts, and even a spy drone from World War I was found. However, their efforts paid off when they opened the door to his garage and stumbled upon gold. Inside, they discovered a 1937 Bugatti Type 57's Adelante. This car was one of only 17 ever produced, and it was a historic vehicle with only 284 miles on it and 99% of its original parts. They decided to sell it in Paris a month later. Its price exceeded the world record at £4 million at auction. Auctioneers set a reserve price of £3 million for the two Seat car, described as one of the finest sports touring cars of the golden era of the 1930s. 15 out of 17 Atalantes still exist. This particular model originally belonged to Earl Howe, a prominent figure in British motor racing. It is equipped with a 3-liter 8-cylinder engine, a 4-speed manual transmission, and can reach speeds of 60 miles per hour in just 10 seconds. Dr. Carr was an orthopedic surgeon who served as a military doctor during World War I. He later became a passionate car enthusiast and purchased the car in 1955. He drove it for several years before leaving it in the garage next to his house in Gosforth. The last tax disc expired in December 1960. Since Carr never married, his 8 relatives had to share the proceeds from his estate. A nephew, who wished to remain anonymous, said, "We knew he had a few cars, but we had no idea what cars they were." There was a bit of local folklore that he had a Bugatti, but no one knew for sure. It's worth so much because he hasn't used it for 50 years. It was one of the original supercars. His relatives made sure the money was distributed among family members. His nephew described his uncle as a very eccentric old gentleman. He added, "I suppose you could call him a mad doctor." People who would see him in the street thought he was a tramp. He used to wear 2 pairs of trousers at the same time. All the kids used to laugh at him in the street when he was messing around with his cars, because he had a piece of rubber tubing on his head so oil wouldn't go on his hair. But he was always such a generous man. In the final years of his life, Carr suffered from a form of obsessive-compulsive disorder and hoarded everything in his home. Folders were stacked floor to ceiling at 180 centimeters high in his separate house, including receipts for pencils purchased in the 1950s. For many years, Carr resisted many offers to buy the Bugatti. When his property was cleared, dozens of notes from potential buyers were found inside. He received letters from all over the country. People came from everywhere to try to convince him to sell the car.